You can view a market's past growth, and there are about a dozen metrics for this. There's one metric that shows the growth over the last year, another one shows the growth over the last 2 years, another shows 3 years, and there are some for longer time frames too, like 10 and 20 years. Note that they are split into two groups, per annum growth or total growth. Now the total growth over say the last 10 years might be 100%, but the per annum growth over 10 years might be 7.3%. Also note that the total growth over 1 year is the same as the per annum growth over 1 year. And watch out picking the right metric. The names are quite similar and there are many of them, so read the name carefully before choosing. Now, I need to address something important about using past growth. Many investors rule out a suburb if it has had what they consider to be too much growth recently. For example, they may decide that if a suburb had, say, 40% growth in the last 3 years, that's too much, and they scratch that suburb from consideration. 39% might have been okay, but 40% they scratch it. Now, the concept of looking at past growth is good, but the action, the way to filter suburbs, that's not the best approach. Every suburb is different and every growth era is different from the one before. So having a single number like 40% and a single time frame like 3 years is simply too blunt. You're basically giving the suburb a score between 0 and 1, and then you're using that single metric to decide a suburb's fate. Now, no single metric is that accurate. Instead, you need an algorithm that combines many metrics. And the DSR considers past growth as one of the many metrics in its score. And it has learned from millions of cases over many decades and many thousands of suburbs not to rule out a suburb because of a single metric that might have a less than ideal value. Instead, the DSR scores each suburb by looking at all the metrics. It looks at a range of growth periods in the past, and for each one it scores them and combines them. It then includes that combined score into the DSR. And this is a much more refined approach than the human approach of filtering. So don't filter by past growth. You're doing more harm than good. Generally, you should not use filtering to find good suburbs. Instead, you should use sorting to find good suburbs. So sort by the DSR from highest to lowest for overall investment potential. And there are some other metrics too you can use. You can sort by the cash flow strategy suitability index if cash flow is more important to you. And there are other strategies you might like to target as well, such as looking for reno flip opportunities or development projects. Filtering should be limited to your personal circumstances, like your budget. That is what's called a hard limit, because you can't get around it. But finding the best suburb for a certain strategy, that's done by sorting, not by filtering.